Hey, buddy, how we doing tonight? We have inside the Cougars Den, J Mac hosting here. Big B and Chris P. Bacon are with me right now. They're going to be a huge part of the Cougars season. Big B's going to be on when he can, but he's definitely going to be one of your correspondents as far as the halftime show and the post game show, which is the fifth down. That's been the name of the show, and so I'm going to make sure that happens. Chris will be with you pretty much. He'll be there pre-game. He'll be there during the game. He'll be there halftime. He'll be there post-game. Hell, he'll probably be there into the night, putting the stats into the stat keeper. So, hello Shelby. Hello Carrie. I cannot believe I just almost mispronounced that name. I don't know what I was reading. Anyway, hello to you guys. Hello to anyone watching. First thing we want to say is if you're watching us right now and you haven't yet, please go over. We are broadcasting simultaneously on our Facebook page, also on our YouTube page. Go over and subscribe to our YouTube page. Help us please get to the subscribers we need to get to get all of this going. So please go over, tell your friends, subscribe over there.
Yeah.
On the YouTube page, Chris will put our YouTube our YouTube link right in the comments, so it's easy to just click and hit subscribe. Check out all the videos later. You can watch this one live on YouTube also. So make sure you get over and do that because it helps us out. That helps the Cougars out, and that's what we're here for tonight. We're here to promote the Cougars and talk about their season. Their season is in 3 sleeps. 3 sleeps. Because I always get arguments about whether it's day or night, whether you count the day you're in, whether you count tomorrow. So we know for sure it's 3 sleeps because it's tonight, tomorrow night, and Friday night, and then Saturday they play. So 3 sleeps. No one can argue with me on that, correct? 3 sleeps. No. 3 sleeps until the Cougars.
Yeah, we could. But
I mean, okay. If you're messing around, it might be more like 12 sleeps, but 3 sleeps for the normal person is what's going to happen. So we welcome you in Friday. We will have 4 bros on Friday night, and we'll talk more about this Friday night. But tonight is the promotion night for the Cougars season. It's going to start Saturday, 6 p.m. At Sherwood High School in Sherwood, Oregon. They're going to play the Portland Fighting Shockwave, excuse me, I have to say their whole name. Some of us don't get all 3 sleeps. My sister works graveyard. Yeah, Shelby, I agree with that. That's what my daughter's doing right now. She's working graveyard, so she won't get 3 sleeps either. But it is 3 sleeps technically, I guess. Anyway, so
give or take, yeah.
Cougars are in the house. Yes, Coach Hoffman, thank you for joining. Thank you for everything you've done for us. We definitely love promoting the Cougars. So let's jump right into it, guys. What are you looking the most forward to as far as the season starting? What's the first thing you're looking forward to? Obviously, the kickoff is great once that happens, but what intrigues you the most? What are we waiting for the most to happen this season?
For me, I mean, the first big hit, just because then it's football. I mean, I think that's one thing we're all looking forward to is that big hit. Again, hopefully everybody's okay from it, but getting that big hit in, and then just watch the Cougars offense and defense stop and score. Just watching football again is going to be great. Listening to J-Mac do the play-by-play is going to be awesome. And, just watching Chuck Hoffman and the girls, football players, because they're coaching football players and not coaching women. So I want to get that straight. But just watching the game.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. And we will be there. And, if going to the practices I've been to, I can tell you that one thing that I am excited to see this year, now they are a running team, but they have added a couple of elements. I'm not going to spill anything on the air because we don't know who's watching and we don't want to give away any secrets. So, but I will tell you to be prepared for a shakeup, to see something different with the team.
Exciting.
Oh yes. Very exciting. Very exciting. the season is going to be very exciting, and hats off to all of these football players that come out and they come out and play. They come out and play football. Mm-hmm. They come out, and some of them don't have any football knowledge at all when they show up, and they learn very quickly. And Coach Hoffman is a great coach. He breaks it down, teaches them how. Now he's got a lot of expectations, and Coach Hoffman does expect you to get it right. But he is a very good coach. He is very, very down to earth. Knows you're not going to get it your first day there, but you have to expect it at a certain line to get things going. So Chuck is the best coach. I've never been coached by Chuck, but I can see how much his players really respect him and how much he respects his players when they're on that field. I can definitely see that. So hats off to Coach Hoffman.
And then even going into, that signing day that we covered, I mean, all the girls were just excited, ecstatic, giving hugs, praising their players. Even the ones we interviewed, they were ready to hit somebody. So, Portland, be ready. They're coming.
I saw something. Portland's a pretty veteran team. They've been around for a few years. And so they definitely, it's going to be, up against it as far as the Cougars go, but I know that they're not afraid. They're not afraid at all. And it's definitely, they have great mentors. My veterans have all been there. So they reach out to the rookies. We are family. And you can feel that when you're on the field, that's for sure, Coach. And so we definitely, we're all part of the Cougars family, and we all welcome you to the Cougars family now. And come out and support these players, because remember, these players, they don't get paid to play. Okay. They put in their time, their effort. Like, this is all right now in their own dime. They're trying to get that to that goal. And that's not the goal. The goal is to come out and play football and have fun. That's definitely what the goal is. And they definitely achieve that.
Their goal is to show their skill, basically, of playing football.
Basically. Absolutely. And so it's Sherwood High School, 6 p.m., Sherwood, Oregon, on Saturday. It'll be the 22nd that day. We will be there with you. So we will probably be live. My guess would be Chris will probably be live by 5, maybe 5:15, an hour to 45 minutes before kickoff, just kind of giving you pregame stuff and showing you some stuff. We got to get there and get set up and get all that going. So, but definitely Chris and I will put a deadline on it, since he's our guy that keeps it going behind the scenes. I will be with you to call the pregame for sure at 5:30, for sure a half an hour before the game starts. We'll get you some preliminary looks, some pregame looks at some stuff, maybe get a couple of interviews before the game. So look forward to that. 5:30. We'll put that time on it for sure. We might be there a little early, but 5:30, 100% for sure on Saturday, from Sherwood High School up near Portland, Oregon. They're going to play the Portland Fighting Shockwave, and thank them so much for hosting the game. We talk about the Cougars and they're our team, obviously, but we also want to thank everyone that made it happen up there for the Portland Shockwave, and definitely thanks to them for hosting this. And allowing these football players to go out and play football. So gonna be a great game. So yeah, for sure. Big B, I'd ask you, what is one thing in any football game, and especially the Shockwave are a class act, and I'll second that for Coach Hoffman. I remember them last year coming to the Cougars home stadium, and all of them were nothing but class. They are a class act, so they've been doing it a long time. They know what they're doing. And there's some other teams that are not so classy. We're not going to mention any names, and I promise you I won't drop any names, but there are some teams that are not as classy as the Fighting Shockwave in Portland. They are a very, very, very highly respected team, and they run a great organization. So But back to the question, Big B. So what's one thing that always turns a game around, no matter what level you're at?
Ooh. Costly penalties could be one. I mean, when you're driving and you got those costly penalties that turns you first and goal into second and 20, or even on the defensive side when you're stopping them, and you get that pass interference call, turns a 3rd and 5 into a 1st and 10 on your 40 or something. So I say penalties are the biggest thing that can turn one game over.
Yeah, I would also think kind of in that range of, offsides, false starts.
Oh, yeah.
Those pre-snap penalties, that's not good.
Nope, I agree with that. You're definitely not those are always big.
Yeah.
Don't forget you can find us on Amazon Fire TV. That's something that these football players will be on there. Don't forget that. You can follow us also on Twitter and YouTube. There's our pages there so that you can go and follow those as well. So let's make sure that we're doing that. And again, that's helping us out. It's not just helping us out, but it's also helping out the Cougars so that they can get promotion and get their name out there to follow this season. Let me ask you, Big B, why don't you tell us what's your favorite position on the field and why?
Ooh. Well, obviously, it would be quarterback if I could play it, but because you're in the middle of the game. But I'll go defense side. I'm a bigger guy, so I mean, either end of the defensive line on the rushes could always excite me. Once you get past the lineman, you go right for the quarterback or go try to stuff the run. So I would say defensive line for me would be the most exciting spot next to quarterback, just because you can do a lot, stop the run, rush the quarterback, and if you're quick enough, you could drop back in coverage and be another linebacker. So definitely, I'd say defensive line.
Defensive line, yeah, and I think that I definitely think that there's a lot of truth to that. I can say that a lot of teams build themselves around the lines, and I think you have to, because what else is more important than the line?
I mean, like the offensive line helps protect the quarterback from getting sacked, from getting hit. And I think that's crucial too.
Yeah. So I want to real quick. Oh, go ahead.
The great John Madden always said that the football game is one up front between the lines. So if whoever has the better line, better protection, a better rush, yeah, like Chuck Hoffman said, linemen are my hero. But on both sides of the ball, if you got a good offensive line, you got a good defensive line, that's where the game is won at, I think.
So one thing I do need to do here real quick, let's if you go over to the YouTube page and you subscribe today, we do have some giveaways going on right now. We're going to announce a couple of those during the game, probably during the halftime, maybe one at the post game. But we do have 3 $10 Starbucks gift cards that we're giving away for new subscribers to the YouTube page. We're also giving away an AirPods case that comes with a carabiner at the bottom there. You see those. We got a couple of those to give away, and we're giving away some can koozies as well. Sweet Land of Liberty on one side, the American flag on the other side. So we got those as well. So go over and check out the YouTube page. Now, one thing that I do want to go over is I want to go over that, yes, trench warfare, definitely, Carrie, I hear you on that. That is what we call that, and it's a great part of the game. We are here to promote the Cougars, but I do want to let you know that there's a ton of games going on. If you're watching from a different area and you want to go catch a game live, on April 22nd alone, I am counting, again, that's WFA's opening, so There is a ton of just games happening that day. And they range places, there's Colorado, Missouri, New Jersey, Virginia, Mississippi, Kentucky, Texas.
I was going to say there's a couple where I'm at, yeah.
Up in Sherwood near Portland, that's going to be happening. Raleigh, North Carolina, Arlington, Texas, Baltimore, Maryland, Bakersfield, California, Washington, D.C., Detroit, Grand Rapids, Austin, Denver, Omaha, Windsor, Connecticut, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Orlando. Those are just the ones that I pulled up. I mean, there's more than that. Check out your local listings to see where a WFA game might be happening if you wanted to catch it live. But also our YouTube page, which was put into the comments by Chris, and thank you for that, Chris. Check it. You can check it out there. Don't forget we're going to be live there as well as on Facebook. And we're going to do something a little different this year. We're going to announce this tonight. We're going to do our best. Now, remember, we're in our second season of doing this also. Thanks for that, Chuck Hoffman, giving us that opportunity. Yes. But we are going to the best of our ability. I don't know if we'll be able to do it live, but at least at the end of every quarter, the goal is to kind of put the stats up on the screen so that we can see how many rushing yards, passing yards, time of possession, things like that. We're going to work really hard to have those up at the end of every quarter. That'll be stuff that we'll work on this season, but we're going to try very hard to get that for you. We'll definitely have the live score all the time. We'll have the score going at the bottom, kind of where it says Find Coast to Coast on Amazon TV. We'll have the score there updated as scores happen. And just remember, it's football. I mean, I'm excited. I could watch football all year long. What about you, Brandon? I mean, I could watch football.
Yeah, I could definitely watch. I mean, that's one thing where football is one game a week. I mean, I'm a baseball guy. I love baseball, but yeah, just to see any type of football. I mean, it's pretty much going year round now with all the leagues that we have.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, give me a good game. I'll sit down and watch it.
For sure.
And there is 20 games opening up on the 22nd.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's 20 games. So, again, that tells you there's at least 40 teams playing that day. That's a huge league if you're in the WFA. And again, come out and support these players. They need your support. In fact, I'm going to read here. I believe I got the press release from the Portland Shockwave, who, again, don't forget, very classy organization that they are, put out kind of the requirements to get into the game, if you will, but they're still not asking for much. So they're excited to announce their 21st season, by the way, this year for the Portland Shockwave. They're starting their 21st season.
Nice.
They are going to be at Sherwood High School. If you want to come and join the game, it's at 18800 Southwest Hyde Road in Sherwood. That's HAIDE Road in Sherwood, Oregon, 97140. The game will kick off at 6 p.m. The gates will open at 5:15. You can get your tickets now via Venmo at Portland Fighting Shockwave. Just put in the notes, date, and quantity of tickets. Advanced tickets, $10 for adults, $12 at the gate, $5 for students with ID, military and seniors over 65, and kids. So $5 with a student ID, military and seniors over 65, all $5, by the way, and kids 12 and under are free. So I got to that whole thing to tell you kids 12 and under are free. If we want the youth of America to stand behind our sports and our sports leagues, this should be a rule in every sport across America.
I agree.
Under 12 should get into every professional sport for free. That is my stance, and I will stay on that stance. Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, all of them. WFA, every kid under 12 should get into every sport for free. And the reason for that is because think about that. They get to go have an experience and that they'll never forget. They'll never forget getting into that game.
In professional, sports tickets are, pricey.
You're making enough money off of the parents that you don't need to charge a kid under 12 to get into a game.
No.
Well, and that's the thing too is, you save the ticket price, but guaranteed they're going to buy food, they're going to buy a souvenir, stuff like that for their kids. So I agree with you. I mean, granted, I have a kid under 12 that we like to go into sporting events and stuff like that. So
yeah, so sporting events should be free. Now, as far as the season goes, I mean, we're excited. So opening game is, like we said, it's in Sherwood High School in Sherwood, Oregon. If you want the address, get a hold of anyone on the team, Chuck, Coach Chuck Hoffman. Get a hold of us. We'll get you the address. We'll get you there.
Yep.
So, because it's important to us. Second game of the year is going to be on the road. They're going to be playing in Salt Lake City, Utah. And Coast to Coast will be there with you for that one. So that's a huge announcement for us. We're actually going to make it to the Salt Lake City game. So can't wait for that, because that's going to be exciting also, to be kind of just the road media as far as that goes. And then the home opener for the Cougars is going to be on the 6th of May. And so that will be exciting. We'll get you times and places where that's going to take place, what the requirements are to get in the game, and come check out the game there. But yeah, home opener for the Cougars is going to be May 6th. So that'll be an exciting weekend. Coast to Coast will be there with you also on that for that one. So it'll be awesome. So Chris, tell me, if you were a coach, would you want to come out and surprise the defense on the first play? Give them something they're not expecting?
Yeah.
Or would you run the first 5 plays like you normally do and then kind of hit them right after that?
Maybe one play that you're going to run, and then probably just surprise them after that. Kind of take them off their toes.
Yeah. Agreed with that. By the way, who's ready? Like you said, Big B, for that first big hit, just the big.
Yeah,
and hopefully it's the Cougars delivering the first big hit. I mean,
that's the hope. I will tell you. I will tell you that I was at one of the practices, and they had a young lady playing linebacker. And, most people, when they get stuck on defense, they're like, man, I got to play defense. I'm away from the ball. But she went out there, and she was like, I get to play linebacker? That means I get to hit somebody? Like, think about that mentality.
That's kind of like the quote in Remember the Titans when they asked one of the players why he's there. And he's like, oh, because I want to hit somebody. That's why I'm here.
Right. So
I need to get frustration out.
Great way to get frustration out. That's for sure.
Yeah, Shelby says she's ready to smash somebody.
For sure. It's an exciting time.
So why don't J-Mac, you got the roster there? Why don't we go where some of these ladies are going to be playing at?
I don't know. I have a few.
Okay.
I don't know that I have.
But also, let's give a big shout out. 3 days ago, it was posted that Catherine Alvarez won a toughest woman or powerlifting competition. So big shout outs to her.
Yes. Let me pull that up.
And a big shout out to Chuck Hoffman, whose birthday was a few days ago, like 7, I think it was. So,
yes, always want to shout out the coach as much as we can. I'm going to look up that thing we were talking about there, gentlemen. So, if I am quiet for just a minute, that is all I'm doing. Promise you I didn't go away. it up. Yes. So Catherine Alvarez placed first in the powerlift competition. This was 4 days ago. So congratulations to her for sure. That's an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Catherine Alvarez. Yes, definitely, definitely big. And by the way, so the game time is yet to be decided. I was talking about Salt Lake. I just want to talk about that for a second. It will be at, I believe, game times to be announced. So we haven't decided that yet. But it's going to be at Judge Memorial High School in Salt Lake City. So there we go. That is where that game will be, in Salt Lake City. Back to the game now. Don't forget, Saturday is kickoff, 6 p.m. We're with you tonight, kind of promoting the kickoff, if you will. Kind of getting things started. Anyone else got some insight? Anything that you want to talk about?
Maybe I don't know. Shelby or Chuck are still on. Maybe we send the link to get them on if they can. Just get ready. Looking over, some of the games that are also be played on the 22nd. Of course, here in Minnesota, we got a team and they'll be playing. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. And I know the football league. I was trying to find the young lady's name.
Mm-hmm.
That we lost all of a sudden very early. So we want to wish her and her family and fans and teammates our best. Because one thing I know from playing football is once you play football, you guys are all family, no matter what. That's what a lot of people talk about. So.
You definitely are, and that's something I'm going to pull that up here because I know that it's on this page right here. So give me just a second to pull that up. But and just the leaps and bounds that you're going to see, the all of the improvement you're going to see from these players. So pay attention to that also. We also put on Coast to Coast. There's also, if you want to go see that, from Bloomberg.com. It's all an entire article about the WFA, and go check that out if you get a chance, because that's going to be an amazing thing. Amazing things to come. So,
Jocelyn Morrison is her name, I believe.
It. Yes, that is it.
So, like I said, we wish everybody the best, and sorry for the loss.
Yeah, it's really hard to go through those things. Jocelyn, for sure. Unfortunate things happen, and we lift that family up a little higher today. Make sure that you're keeping them in your well wishes, no matter what it doesn't have to be a religious thing, but please just put them in your positive thoughts and send them good vibes. It's always tough. So always tough to go through that. Sorry. Looking down for a minute. Anyway, Chris, what do you think what are you looking forward most to about doing the stats? Like, what's going to be the funnest part of doing that?
Oh, just trying to figure it out. I mean, I've done it just watching games on TV, but doing it for an actual game is going to be kind of cool. Just, recording everything, watching the game, and putting everything down either on paper or in the stat software. So that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, I think so. And like I said, end of quarter stats, end of quarter scores, halftime stats, excuse me. Man, that hit me all of a sudden. Anyway, so we'll have all of that up. A lot of returning players from last year. I know that Coach Hoffman has talked a lot about that, a lot of returning players. Of course, you have your skill players are always, how do you say that? They're always a big impact in the game, skill players. But it's the non-skill players sometimes that come up bigger. If you think about that. And so so I do think that a little bit of the players I have are a little outdated, and I apologize. I don't know what happened to what I got sent for that, because I know that it's been sent to me before. And I'm struggling all kinds of stuff here live. But I do know that, let's call out a few of the players from last year that had good seasons. I had a good season last year. Of course, no one will forget I won't forget the run by Catherine Alvarez, the 50-yarder that was a breakaway last year, the longest run of the season for the Cougars. That was definitely a great moment to watch. Few others from last year. I mean, Brianna Boyce seemed like I was saying her name a lot last year. I know that she's returning. Of course, Shelby Fountain will be there. Carrie Colbert. Just name a few of the players. Nicole Noyes. Some of these I don't want to mess up their last names, and I'm going to get the how to say it before the game so that I don't mess it up during the game. Because there's one of them that's like 23 letters long or something for the last name, something like or something like that. Yeah, Hawaiian name, believe it or not. I mean, that's probably not too much of a misbelief as far as that goes. Of course, Brittany Bianchi. We all know she was a huge for the team last year. That's the name.
Brianna Boise is currently
she's currently pregnant. That is true. Absolutely. And there's Brittany. Speak of the devil. She shows up.
How many times would you said you called her name last year?
I remember a bunch, I think.
You want to talk how many times a game? I couldn't tell you for the whole time. I don't even know. Like, I'm a pretty smart guy, but I don't know that I could count that high. How many times I called her name last year? And welcome in Teresa. I'm gonna say Teresa, and if it's Teresa, then I apologize. But Teresa Caballero. It's Lero. So again, some of those names, we just need to make sure we're pronouncing them correctly. Brittany says, "Hey guys, well, Brittany, thanks for joining in. Look forward to hopefully getting to call your name a few times, like Clarissa with a T. Okay, like Marissa with a T. Teresa. Okay, hey, I appreciate those little, and yes." Yeah, I was right on the last name, so that'll be awesome. Like Marissa with a T. So, but thanks for joining in. Also, all of you that are watching, and if you guys have anything in the comments you want us to comment on, please don't hesitate. Anything you want us to touch on, anything you want to tell us, anything that it has you excited for the season. let's make sure that we get that in there. Brittany says, hell yes. For sure. I know she's gonna be all over the field and make all those great plays. Excuse me, had to take a breath for a second. I was talking pretty quick there. I was almost like an auctioneer at the moment.
T-Rex, there she is.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, honestly, I love talking to all the girls, but T-Rex had me pumped up the way she was talking in that interview that we had. So, that, like I said, after we got done talking to her, that's one of my favorite players. I can't wait to see how many times you call her name. Definitely be watching number 67. So,
yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait. It's going to be a fun time. I mean, not saying is and I know how all of the players feel about us covering them and giving them the coverage that, quite honestly, they deserve. They deserve to feel like superstars because they are.
Yep.
They are superstars, and they deserve the coverage that we're giving them. But more than that, we thank them also for allowing us to do this and make us feel like superstars to be able to cover a professional football team. I mean, that's just people don't have to call it pro, whatever. For me, we're covering a football team, and that's a lifelong dream. So we are. I'm telling you, it's fun to see. Let's see. I'm so excited to have you all with us this year. We're excited too, Carrie. Shelby says it is fun to see how nicknames come about. Definitely is fun to see how nicknames come about. And we'll probably get into that on the live broadcast about how some of them, we'll try to get an interview from some of the girls about how their nicknames came about. Probably do that at a home game. Get that, kind of give them a spotlight there. We'll talk about our nicknames, I'm sure, at some point and explain how all of those came about. So just a great time. Can't wait for that. Fridge and mini fridge. Again, yeah. So again, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see all this and just join us. I can't express enough how much. Yes, tonight is to promote the game, and we're telling you it's 3 sleeps away. And join us on Saturday for it. We'll be with you at the very latest at 5:30. Try to be on before that and have everything ready to go. But more than that, it's going to be fun. It's always just as fun when it kicks off, if not even more. I love it when it kicks off. I just get to start calling play-by-play and start calling the game. It's going to be amazing. So follow us on Twitter. Go to our YouTube page. Subscribe on our YouTube page. And anyone watching right now, go over and subscribe to the YouTube page. Also, tell your friends. Tell your mom, tell your sister, tell your uncle, tell your aunt. They don't ever have to watch a single video of ours on the YouTube page. But if they subscribe, they get themselves in a drawing we're giving away 3 different $10 Starbucks gift cards, a couple of can koozies, some AirPod cases. We got some stuff to give away. So make sure you go over and do that. We want to do that during the game and give it. I'm not sure how fridge happened, but it's stuck. But mini fridge is the funny part. So,
we'll have to ask Shelby that.
We will definitely get that one for you. We will try to get that. And let's give a hand to everyone that's not here that's going to be part of the team and all the behind the scenes people. We're going to have some guys down on the field that are doing the producing, if you will. They're going to get us the camera angles and the interviews and all the stuff that we're going to look for there. Cameras. There's so much that goes involved in this and so much that goes involved with running the team and playing the game. So let's not forget about them either. And there's so many behind the scenes people, behind the scenes coaches that get these players ready to go. So exciting stuff, exciting times. Definitely gonna be fun. Gonna be a great time. So home games will announce some sponsors. I mean, we have our sponsors here on the network. That'll be part of this too. They're excited. I did talk to one of the representatives for the one of our sponsors. I don't seem to have the shirt right around me, but Reaper Apparel is actually their vice president is her name is Jessica. I don't remember her last name. I'm sorry for that, Jessica. If you're watching, I apologize. But I did speak to her. She's excited that we're covering a women's football team also, of course, in that. So you have Reaper Apparel on your side. We'll probably have a shirt there to rep them during the game. As far as that sponsorship goes, we have Blue Planet Eyewear. I know that we have them. We still have the bracelet company, BesideMe.com. That is the bracelet company. We have the Paparazzi Jewelry. So we have a few sponsors that definitely help us with our stuff. We'll get you more as the season goes along. Yeah. So, Chris.
Yes.
Tell us what division do the Cougars play in, and the teams that are in their division.
So they are in Division 3. Let me find it real quick. I saw them a minute ago.
I just had it pulled up too.
They are in the Pacific Division with the Arizona Outcasts, Capital Pioneers, California Crush, Rocky Mountain Thundercats, New Mexico Bandits, Central Valley Chaos, and then the Utah team.
I believe that is with Stash Warriors is how that is said. Yeah. Or was a Stash. It's one of those two, but
right. And I'm like,
it definitely is the Warriors, and like I said, we'll be there week 2. So, thanks for
at
that.
least 2 teams are in your division. You'll be facing in that Pacific Division.
And I believe they also play, the Capital Pioneers at some point this year, if I'm not right. Oh, that was the other thing we were going to talk about was their schedule. Man, I'm behind on that. But let me.
I have it pulled up.
Okay.
So of course, 22nd we got away game Cougars versus the Fighting Shockwave, and then the Utah team. Of course, will be on the 29th. That's another away game. Then we're home on the 6th versus the Portland Fighting Shockwave. And then we'll hit the road again and we'll go to
Salem, which is the Capital Pioneers.
Yeah, the Capital Pioneers on the 20th. And then we're back home again on the 27th against, again, the Portland Fighting Shockwave. And then also the final game, June 10th, they'll be home against the Capital Pioneers.
Yeah, so fun stuff. Three teams in Oregon. It's a different setup. We don't have a lot of pro teams here in Oregon, so the fact that we get 3, our choice of 3 in the WFA, and we picked the best one in the Oregon Cougars. That's for sure.
Yep.
No doubt. So let's support them. Let's support them in any way you can. And even if that's sharing a video, sharing the live stream, if you can't support them, share the live stream. That helps them too. That helps us. So it's going to be an amazing time. We got a few minutes left here to talk about anything. Brandon, why don't you explain to us what offsetting penalties means?
Offset penalties. Offense will get a pass interference call, and then defense will get holding or tripping or something. They'll be offsetting, and they replay the down. So when 2 teams commit penalties on the same play, offsetting, and we replay the down.
And it acts like nothing really happened.
Yeah, just like in Dallas Cowboy football, nothing really happens.
Oh, and we have Kira Fountain, Shelby Fountain. Mini Fridge has entered the chat. So Mini Fridge is here, everybody.
All right.
Yes. That will be fun to call fridge and mini fridge. Definitely going to be. I'm writing that down, by the way. I'm keeping that in my phone just so that.
But I think it should be fountain and mini fountain, not fridge. I mean, maybe they got reasons why they got called fridge. I don't know, but
we will find out. So even though we are an entertainment company, we are also considered journalists. So we will do the investigative journalism to find that out. We will bring. Stay tuned on that. We will bring you that for sure. Because we are straight tanks. I knew someone was gonna. They started calling me fridge after I smashed someone in Seattle. There you go. I mean, there's
all right. If I remember right, I don't know if we talked to Shelby or one of the two, but they don't seem like they're that aggressive. So I guess definitely have to keep their eyes on them.
And Carrie says it's because Shelby is the female refrigerator parrot.
Okay, well, I'll definitely have to keep an eye on her and make sure I don't cross lines with her.
Right. I mean, that's it's going to be a great time. So I will tell you that I have discussed only on the field do we come alive. Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. I will tell you that I did make an announcement to Coach Hoffman, which I think we've kept from everybody. And I'm not ready to reveal that yet because we will reveal it the night of the first home game on May 6th.
All right.
We have something that we've really not told anyone about that is going to happen that night before the game. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be awesome. That'll be May 6th.
So here's a question for the girls that are listening, the ladies, I should say. What kind of music gets you guys pumped up?
There we go. I like that question.
What kind of music gets you guys pumped up before the game? And I really hope it's not like Britney Spears or ABBA or something like that.
There's nothing wrong with a little Britney Spears, though. Nickelback.
Carrie says 80 rock. Okay.
Nickelback.
All right.
And hey, nothing wrong with Nickelback there, mini fridge. There's nothing wrong with Nickelback. Or 80s rock, for that matter. There's nothing wrong with any kind of music. I like all kinds of music. Funny story real quick is that I was playing upbeat stuff, pop, rock, whatever.
Okay.
Got you on that one. I was playing a little bit of everything, rock, rap, EDM. Playing a playlist the other night, and I obviously put this playlist together when I was a little under the influence, let's say, because it went from Pink Floyd to a range of things I like, song Face Off, and then from EDM and rock. Yeah, hey, but my playlist went from Pink Floyd to Whitesnake to Poison, which okay, then it went to NSYNC, Britney Spears, and then like a 50s love ballad. So I don't really know when I did that one, but I think I was a little under the influence when I did it. So it was pretty awesome. I'm sure there was some 90s country and some 70s doo-wop and some funk or some disco, as you would say, all put in there all into one. So I'm sure all that was in the playlist also. That's the ideal playlist making circumstances. I agree with you. That's usually when people make a playlist, for sure. As long as it's mixed up so everyone gets pumped. I agree. And I have a playlist that's called, the playlist that makes white people turn. And it's pretty fun stuff. So maybe we'll get to play some of that for you during one of the games. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, got a few minutes left here, about 9 minutes left on the show before we got to call it a night. But exciting stuff. Can't wait. We're here promoting the Cougars again one more time, at least one more time. Go over, subscribe to the YouTube page, help us out, get subscribers there. Get yourself in for some prizes. We're giving away some canned koozies, some some. Why can't I think of that, Chris? I always stumble on that one. Some AirPod cases is the one I always stumble on. And then we're giving away 3 different $10 Starbucks gift cards. And I know all of you like Starbucks. I know everybody likes something from Starbucks. Play whatever you want. The fridges don't particularly get pumped up. That's great. And we got to have a sense of humor about all of this too, because it's entertainment, right? So make sure that we're getting that. But can't wait. It's going to be a great time. Getting there, kickoff, getting everything set up. This is our season. It's our season to shine. Yep, they cold as ice. Hey, maybe that's why they're called fridge and mini fridge too. Because they cold as ice. You're as cold as ice. Depends on how much caffeine I consume or work the night before. Caffeine, I believe, is probably the #1 drug in America, by the way. Caffeine is hard as steel. So I could go through the list and thank every one of you that came on and commented and watched tonight. But I'm not going to try to go back through all the list. Everyone that came on here, we appreciate every one of you. Everyone else watching, we appreciate you as well. Go check out that YouTube page, like, subscribe, and share, please. Tell your friends. Get us to the number we need to get to. Won't reveal that number right now, but there's a number we need to get to start monetizing things and getting bigger, getting some sponsors, some other stuff like that. And so it will be awesome if you could go do that for me, please. Would very much appreciate that. Don't forget, we are on Amazon Fire TV also. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on TikTok. That's the new one. You can find us on TikTok. Coast to Coast on TikTok. We got some funny videos on there. In fact, we have one that has over 1,000 views. That was our first one we ever put on. It was about 8 months ago. Go check that one out. If you haven't seen that one yet, it's awesome. So that one kind of got us going. It was actually on our radio show, the Four Bros radio show on Fridays at 10. But that one got us going. So go check that one out. We, of course, are going to try to get some Cougar stuff on there from the games. We're going to try to get some of our coverage on there from the games. It's going to be awesome. Go check out TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. There's probably other ones I'm missing. Instagram, I think we're on Instagram also. Go check us out there. Got some great stuff. And go check out Oregon Cougars. Anything Oregon Cougars. By the way, they're going to have swag at their home games. You guys got to check that out because that stuff's awesome. I wish I had the shirt, but I packed it away in the bag with all the stuff like a dumbass. And so I don't have it to show, but some great swag there. And we're just pumped. We're just pumped and ready for this to happen. 3 sleeps away. And I cannot wait myself. Again, 6 p.m., Sherwood High School in Sherwood, Oregon. We will be with you at the very latest at 5:30 before the game starts. We're hoping to be up and running before that, but you got to give us a little bit of time to get ready because don't forget, it's our first game of the year also, so we have to make sure everything's working and do all the checks and get all that stuff. And so we got to make sure it's all working before we can bring it to you because we don't want to bring you a not top-of-the-line product because we know that the Oregon Cougars are going to give us a top-of-the-line product on the field, so we can't give them a subpar product while we're trying to cover them. Am I right, guys?
Yep, exactly.
Right.
So we have to be on par with them. We can't make them look bad because they are not going to make themselves look bad. That's for sure. We will see you on Saturday, Kerry, and I will give the last couple of minutes to Big B and Chris. You guys say your final thoughts on what you think. Let's get pumped up and let's get this season started. Big B, it's all yours.
Oh, I can't wait. I wish I was not working so I can catch the game fully, but hopefully to be on the post-game show. And I'm going to go out there and say 21-7 Cougars to open the season.
All right, Chris.
No, I like that score. Oregon Cougars victory. Thanks everyone for watching and tuning in. Big week action this coming Saturday, and should be a fun game. Fun time.
Fun time for sure. Well, for Big B, for Crispy Bacon, by the way, anyone that wants to know Crispy Bacon, things can't wait to get out there to T-Rex something. Terry Zenner, Trey Zinner. I'm sorry, I read her name backwards as I hit my hand on something that's on the wall. Like I said, we're remodeling and there's shit everywhere, literally. So Trey Zinner is here. Thanks, y'all. Go Cougs. I agree. Go Cougs. By the way, catch us Saturday, 5:30 Pacific time. We'll be with you for Big B, for Crispy Bacon. His name is Crispy Bacon because he's as popular as America's favorite savory treat. That's right. It's the one, the only Crispy Bacon. J-Mac, Big B, Crispy Bacon. This is Inside the Cougars Den. We will see you in 3 sleeps, 6 p.m. Saturday, Sherwood High School. Kickoff. Be there. See ya.